Once upon a time, in a busy little town, lived a kind-hearted girl named Amara. She was 18 years old, slim and graceful, with brown skin and gentle eyes. But her life was far from easy. After her parents died, she was sent to live with her auntie, Madame Aoife, who had 2 daughters of her own. Madame Aoife treated Amara like a servant. While her daughters, Bola and Sade, wore fine clothes, Amara wore torn dresses. While they ate meat and rice, Amara was given crumbs. She slept on the floor and worked from morning till night, sweeping, washing, cooking and cleaning. Whenever visitors came, Madame Aoife would hide Amara away. "You're not fit to be seen," she would say. She told people that Amara was lazy, dirty and foolish. But the truth was, Amara had a heart full of love. Even when mistreated, she stayed calm, prayed often, and always helped others in the neighborhood. One day, a young man named Tunde arrived in the town. He was tall, polite, and dressed simply like a traveler. No one knew that he was actually a prince in disguise, searching for a wife with a pure heart, not one impressed by wealth. Tunde visited Madame Aoife's house looking for food and water. While Bola and Sade laughed at him and refused to help, Amara welcomed him with a smile. She offered him water and shared the little food she had saved for herself. Tunde was touched by her kindness. He began visiting often, pretending he was just a poor young man looking for work. Amara and Tunde became friends. They would sit and talk under the mango tree behind the house. She told him about her dreams, her struggles, and how she still believed in love and goodness. Madame Aoife noticed their friendship and was angry. "You will not spoil my daughter's chances," she shouted at Amara. She told suitors that Amara was cursed, that she was bad luck. Many rich young men came to the house, but Madame Aoife made sure they only saw Bola and Sade. Bola and Sade laughed at Amara. "Who will ever want someone like you?" they would say. "Look at your clothes, your hair. No one will marry a servant." Amara would quietly wipe her tears and return to her chores. One day, Tunde came to the house and said, "I want to marry someone from this household." Madame Aoife and her daughters laughed scornfully. "You poor man, who do you think will marry you?" Madame Aoife said. "You piece of rag. Are you in your right senses at all? Won't you look out for your poor class?" Bola said. But Tunde pointed at Amara. "It is her I want to marry." They all burst into laughter. "Are you mad?" Bola shouted. "You want to marry her?" "You must be poor and foolish," Sade said. "You'll surely make a poor and foolish couple." Madame Aoife screamed, "You will regret this. She has nothing to offer." But Tunde only smiled and walked away with Amara. News spread that Amara was getting married to a stranger. People came to mock. "Poor girl finally found someone as poor as her," they said. "Let's see what kind of wedding that will be." On the wedding day, the entire town gathered at the village square. Everyone waited for the bridegroom, expecting a simple ceremony. But then royal guards arrived, followed by golden horses and a shining carriage. People gasped in surprise. Out stepped Tunde, no longer dressed as a traveler, but in royal clothes, with a crown on his head. "He's a prince," someone shouted. Madame Aoife, Bola, and Sade almost fainted. Their mouths hung open in shock. But how?" Madame Aoife stammered. Tunde walked up to them and said, "You all look down on Amara because she had nothing. But she has the most valuable thing of all, a beautiful heart." He turned to the crowd. "I came in disguise because I wanted to find a woman who loved people, not money. Amara showed me kindness when no one else would. She is the one worthy of a crown." Tears filled Amara's eyes as she stood beside him in a simple white gown. The people clapped and cheered. From that day on, Amara became a beloved princess. She never changed her kind ways. She helped the poor, showed mercy to those who once laughed at her, and proved that true beauty comes from within. Lesson: don't judge people by how they look or what they have. A pure heart is more precious than gold or fine clothes. Those who mock others today may be shocked tomorrow. Remember, true beauty comes from within. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more touching stories that will warm your heart. See you in the next one.